Baja is a magical place that has a lush history in off-road racing and amazing people that embrace this wild sport.
The magic of Baja is just the challenge. Once you come here and see it and be part of it, then you want to come and race it. You want to challenge your friends to come and help you be part of it. You want to challenge companies to get involved and help you conquer Baja.
There's nothing like this peninsula when you have the Pacific on one side, the Sea of Cortez on the other. You've got just incredible scenery besides rough terrain.
This Norra is just a great event. We decided to put together this F100. It's more than just a showpiece. We use it, finishes, and we tear it up along the way.
To be able to come down here in what I feel one of the baddest trucks ever built, to come do this race, it's very satisfying and it's a hell of a good time. Last 3 years we've come down to race, this year we come to win.
Baja racing is alive and well as an eclectic group of legends and enthusiasts have arrived for the 5-day Norra Mexican 1000 in Ensenada, Baja California to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the very first running that happened in 1967.
Bienvenidos a Baja California, or welcome to Baja California. My name's Cameron Steele, and we're getting ready to take you on a rally race adventure down the entire Baja Peninsula. This is the Norra Mexican 1000, presented by Method Race Wheels and CHENOWTH. "50 years ago in 1967, Ed Perlman and his compadres got together and decided to run a race down the Baja Peninsula. 50 years later, the community of off-road racing is celebrating this historic landmark. We've come down to Baja to race in his son, Mike Perlman's 50th anniversary of that first ever race. It's gonna be a great time, I promise you that for sure. Right now, let's check in with Ryan Thomas for more on the history of our sport.
Hi, my name is Ryan Thomas. The Norra Mexican 1000 is a unique event where we pay homage to the vehicles of the past while also allowing the most modern vehicles enter the race. Super excited about bringing guys from the old school and mixing them with the new school. You're gonna see vehicles that are as futuristic as today's modern racing trucks and span all the way back to the first Myers-Manx that Bruce Myers raced 50 years ago here in this race.
The Desert Assassins will participate with 3 vehicles and are creating this TV show featuring their trip to Norra, along with the efforts of a couple of key teams, including the historic CHENOWTH team that has amassed a group of legends to drive the number 72 buggy.
We're in Ensenada, getting ready for the Norra race, doing the first run from here to San Felipe. Let's do this.
The number 72 with 17-time Baja winner Johnny Johnson behind the wheel takes the ceremonial start in Ensenada. The Norra Rally will be raced in 11 segments that are timed, known as specials. It will also then feature segments that are not timed and at controlled speeds known as transfer segments. The event starts in Ensenada with Mike Perlman sending off each of the teams to celebrate his dad's effort from 50 years ago. The first segment is a non-timed transfer, and the teams have an allotted amount of time to arrive at the first special start line where timed racing will begin. As the first race special starts, the number 216 FIDAC Factory Canopies buggy of Bobby Picoy and Tom Jeeves takes the green flag to get started. The black number 3 Riviera truck of Mark Post and Ed Herbst has won previously in Baja. They are for sure a favorite here at Norra. The Monster Energy number 1616 is the Desert Assassins flagship truck driven by Cameron Steele and navigator Mike Kraft. They are a threat in what many consider the most capable vehicle in this year's Norra. Their time has started as the race into the hills of Ojos Negros, flying jumps, and navigating the course for the fans have gathered. The CHENOWTH team started racing in 1972, and their drivers have 30 combined Baja victories. Their CHENOWTH Magnum buggy has massive history in the sport of off-road racing, and team owner Lynn CHENOWTH is an icon in desert motorsports. The silver number 56 from the El Sfortudo team is driven by Greg DiStefano from San Clemente, California. The Method Race Wheels F100 is a work of art as much as it is a race truck. It'll be driven by the father-son team of Kevin and Bud Fitzgerald and truck builder Jake Valesco. And the 57 will be driven by Guy and Garrett Yoakum. The Desert Assassins number 7216 will be driven by Renee Brugger, who grew up just over the hill in Valle Guadalupe and as a small boy watched races happen in these very hills. Renee is now a 20-year racing veteran and has earned 4 off-road championships in the mid-size truck class while with the DA since 2007. Today, Renee is racing his championship truck, but with a bone-stock 6-cylinder engine as he and the group head out to the Norra Rally. His navigator is Paul Vanderveen, who is racing in his first ever race. As there are no pre-running or sighting of the course beforehand at Norra, the rally notes are very important. As the race approaches mile 15, there's a massive ditch on the right side of the course that the vehicles need to negotiate just before a T intersection that naturally looks like a right turn, but in the notes is a hard left. Renee in the 7216 approaches the hole in some dust, but checks up and carefully passes the danger and makes the hard left. Many vehicles are going through this area now, and there are definitely a couple of close calls. When we return, we'll see more of what happens when a blanket of brown-out dust and a giant hole get together with a race truck at the Norra Mexican 1000 presented by Method Race Wheels and CHENOWTH.
The Norra Mexican 1000 on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Method. Lighter, stronger, faster. By CHENOWTH. By BF Goodrich. Are you driver enough? And by Baja Bound Insurance. BajaBound.com. The easiest way to buy Mexican auto insurance.
In the dust, right behind another truck, full dust, can't see anything. Just cruising along. You drop a tire off in this giant hole and fall it right in and lay on its side. 1, 2, 3, go! Good news is we're back and running. I don't know what kind of, there's some fluid leak and everything, so we'll take a look and see how it looks like. Hopefully we'll keep going.
The diversion only cost the team of Cash Vessels and Kevin Murphy about 10 minutes as they would continue on as the race moved south towards the day one destination of San Felipe along the Sea of Cortez. For some teams, the race started smoother than others. The number 72 is cruising with no drama at all. But for the number 216 buggy, they seem to be having an issue as Cameron comes up on him, somewhat missing a corner and then let him by.
We got to start about probably 10 miles into it. We got a throttle cable problem. It just got stiffer and stiffer, and it's so bad right now I could barely push it. We're gonna sit right here until we get this fixed. And route it, pull those plug wires and get it away from that. We're getting on the highway here. We got a section, a 60-mile-an-hour section now.
Throttle cable got melted on the exhaust header, and they had wide open stuck throttle. We had to change it out to the secondary. Now it's time to pack up and go chase them down the road.
Special 1 ends at the bottom of the Mike's Sky Rancho Road, and time stops for a transfer stage.
Done. Got it packed up in there, so it's crazy.
The Desert Assassins will take the opportunity on the transfer section to make a quick stop for fuel and a bite to eat.
We're here at Race Mile 102 at the entrance to Mike's. We just fueled Cameron with 40 gallons of fuel, checked out the tires, checked out the truck, and we sent him on his way.
The CHENOWTH team will use the transfer to change drivers as Johnny Johnson gets out and Bill Reams gets in the number 72.
Here we are, 150 miles in the race. I haven't run a race car in 10 years. I'm a little shaky right now. But that'll go the way once I get my foot on the pedal. We're out of here.
Just such a great feeling to see those colors back again.
For Norra's 50th anniversary, many teams gathered friends and heroes, but none would come close to the CHENOWTH lineup of legends. The team has been rallied by Lynn CHENOWTH for drivers who have won over the decades in the CHENOWTH buggies and have a lineage connected to the iconic company. Classes of all types are now on the final special stage of day 1, and the El Suertudo number 56 and 57 are running strong in the front group as the race heads across Diablo Dry Lake, which is at sea level and has the 10,000-foot Mount Diablo looming above, the highest point on the Baja Peninsula. The Monster Energy Method Race Wheels number 1616 is coming in hot to San Felipe and looks like they have a solid shot at being the fastest team on day 1. Their Geyser Brothers built Evolution Unlimited truck is performing well and is the most advanced racing machine in this 50th anniversary race. They've entered the controlled speed zone and will make their way to the finish line at the bottom of the San Felipe sand dune. Steele, who's been driving off-road races since 1985, and his navigator, Kraft, have had a smooth and clean day. Bill Reams will bring the CHENOWTH buggy in for the finish, with the team having a problem-free day in the number 72. Everyone's wearing a smile at what people call the happiest race on earth.
Dude, it was awesome. Good guy. That was a blast.
Well, that's an epic day at the races. Just brought the 1616 across. You can see a number of people finishing the first day of the rally. We're in San Felipe. So we raced from the Pacific Ocean, where we were in Ensenada. There was a little bit of fog, ceremonial start, raced through one special, and then headed up through Mike's Sky Rancho area. Just beautiful up in the pine trees. And here we are in San Felipe. We started in probably 65-degree weather, and it's got to be every bit of 100 right now. So we'll see how it shakes down, but by time it looks like we're right there in the top group. But a lot of fast, unlimited vehicles out here running the Norra Rally.
Today went really smooth for us. I mean, we just got out there and kind of did our thing.
Today was a very good day. Started with a brand new truck with hardly any miles on it, and we really didn't have any issues at all. I think we're right up there in the hunt. We're really looking forward to tomorrow. We finished today, but we'll start tomorrow.
And then we do the entire last day together.
Yeah, Tyler will do the entire last day into Cabo from La Paz.
That was fun. Great. I got to get my first Baja experience in a truck.
We just nailed it. We made no mistakes, and we got here. So we'll see where we ended up.
It's just really challenging as far as navigation. You got to use your brain and listen to your navigator and trust him and do what he says.
We started having a throttle cable problem immediately. It took everything I had to put my foot in behind it and try to rip the thing back up and try to push it down. Got to find somebody to repair this.
Fabulous day. Everything went well. Car ran well.
The car's in good shape, and we're excited about tomorrow.
Work on some trucks, make sure everything's good, and do it again tomorrow.
We're here outside of San Felipe at the Baja Legacy Lodge. This place is the brainchild of my good friend Lynn CHENOWTH. He can be attributed to some of the beginnings of our sport of off-road racing. And the concept here is to honor the past of off-road racing. We've got some vehicles that really date back to the beginning of our sport. A vehicle here, a yellow car that Ivan Stewart and Bill Rinko drove in the early 70s. And directly behind me, we've got some military cars that our company built for the U.S. military. They use the racing technology that we developed on the race course, trusted it so much that they were willing to use it in the battlefield, all based around racing in Baja. We killed the generator and the party's about to start.
As the party continues, we'll step away from the CHENOWTH Legacy Lodge when the Norra Mexican 1000, presented by Method Race Wheels and CHENOWTH, continues. We'll get day 2 of racing started. Day 2 of the happiest race on Earth will start in San Felipe and have 3 specials or timed segments and 3 transfer segments on the way to Bahia de Los Angeles. Cars will start in order of the fastest finisher from day 1, and earning the top spot was the Monster Energy Method Race Wheels number 1616 from the Desert Assassins. Others in the group include the BF Goodrich-sponsored buggy of Marty Fioca. And coming to the line in the number 7216 is Rene Brugger. Rene had a smooth day 1 and is sitting just outside the top 20, but knowing his methodical style, he'll battle to the front as the days roll on. Remember, he's racing with a 150 horsepower V6 engine. As the vehicles continue to start, Cameron Steele in the number 1616 has cleared the controlled speed zone and is smashing through the San Felipe whoops. The truck he's driving has 900 horsepower and 3 feet of wheel travel. His BF Goodrich tires are 40 inches tall. His truck is exactly what the Evolution Unlimited class at Norra is all about. No restriction, totally unlimited. As Cameron looks to extend his time in this short 18-mile special, he has a solid group of talented racers giving chase. Zach Langley in the Cops Racing truck is 6th on time. Sitting 4th place after day 1 is Greg DiStefano in the FK Rod-In sponsored El Suertudo Racing number 56. And runner-up on day 1 overall and winning his class was the historic truck of Mark Post and Ed Herbst.
It's going pretty good. We got no throttle cable problems, so that's definitely a number 1 winner right there. So we think we're in a good position. We got a good car for this next section.
The Red and Black Factory Canopies number 216 buggy is off on what should be a fun special number 2 on the day. The number 1616 continues to lead as the race gets to a tricky navigation area on unknown routes. The blind drop into the wash is impossible to see over the hood of the unlimited trucks. The number 3 Riviera racing truck pumps the brakes to try and see over the hood and down into the wash, but unfortunately gets stuck. The 900 horsepower trucks dig straight in when stopped, and navigator Brent Bauman is quickly on the task as he gets out with a strap. A fan tries to push the 6,500-pound beast with a 3,000-pound truck and quickly realizes that won't work. The unlimited buggy of Gay Smith and Matt Loides were 3rd place on day 1 and go around the legendary black number 3. Brent does a great job, and the team loses minimal time as the number 3 gets back on the road, headed south again. The number 56, driven by Greg DiStefano, makes their way into the wash.
We were
moving pretty good. Came around the rise. Bill said, all right, brace yourself. We hit a pretty big-sized boulder.
The plan is an hour and something in transit time right now, so we're using all that to fix the car. We're going to finish the next stage tonight, and we will finish this race. Absolutely no doubt. The crew's here, no one quits, ever.
The vast Baja Peninsula has many looks, and at this moment, the race course is a high-speed rolling road with some good-sized jumps. As we race right along the Sea of Cortez, the navigators are tasked to let their driver know when the road book from Norra says there's a danger. But for the most part, there's some fun airtime in this section. After riding 9 Desert Assassins Rip to Cabo moto rides down the entire peninsula, Bobby Picoy feels right at home airing out the factory canopy's FIDAC-sponsored buggy looks good in the air. Renee Brugger, I'm sure, is laughing all the way as he airs out the 7216 and then moves past the number 72 in this segment. As the lead historian in off-road, Marty Fioca is on the gas as we transfer into a new section filled with epic cactus and trees. This part of Baja is home to the Bujum tree, which is one of the most unique-looking trees you'll ever see anywhere in the world. The drivers have to pick their way through the tighter, winding road and by other vehicles. The day wraps up with a transfer segment on the highway into the Bay of LA and the finish line for day 2 with Steele, Post, and DeStefano looking like the top 3.
So we're here in LA Bay. Just got the word from Picoy on the sat phone. He got clipped by another competitor, ripped the front wheel off. The whole front suspension's gone. He's limping it back on 3 wheels north on Highway 1, and then is gonna head back into LA Bay Road.
With tons of finishers continuing to finish, the number 216 will be shuffled back in the starting order if the Desert Assassins can get it to the day 3 start line.
Well, about as good as it can go, doing about 100 miles an hour down a dirt road and having a guy pull out in front of you. As we're coming along like this, he just goes like this right in front of us. And I was on the brakes. We were locked up coming like this. We nailed him.
I got out of the car and went to this guy, and he was out. He was knocked out. And the driver, he was out.
I thought they were done.
The driver came to, and this guy was probably out for another 3 minutes, 4 minutes before he started. Before I could even hear him breathe, I could hear him, stressing for trying to get breath.
Obviously, it was concussion. He just started throwing up over and over. It was gnarly.
216 car pulled right out in front of us, never looked.
We hit him hard. We were probably doing 70 miles an hour faster than they were going. We hit them.
Just like the dog on the freeway. No way could we miss him.
If we would have hit them on the side, we all probably would have been in big trouble right now. Got some straps together. We strapped the back end down, and we took all the parts off the front, put them in the back of the car, and here we are at the finish line. Never stopped.
Spindle's good. We can keep going. Let's keep going.
Everybody's alive, everybody's safe. Just metal, we can repair it. We'll get them to the starting line tomorrow. So we had to cut out all the bent stuff right here out on the lower arm. We're fabbing up new sections that we'll splice in, and then we'll put like a Band-Aid patch over it to strengthen it up. This is the worst part of it, the upper arm. We're gonna be able to weld that back together. Spindle's okay, and just kind of checking the rest of the car out.
It'll make the starting line one way or another.
They totally re-prepped that car. It looks so good.
We're gonna work today. They worked last night. Everybody's gonna be amazed when we pull up with that thing.
Yeah, the way it came in last night.
And we'll be proud to tell them our crew worked their butts off to get it back going again. So we're back in the hunt.
Back in it.
The Norra will resume in a moment, and the DA knows the Sur Beach House awaits the team at Land's End in Cabo San Lucas once they finish. The Norra Mexican 1000 is a 5-day rally down the entire Baja Peninsula. The running order dictates the start order, and it will be the Desert Assassins, 1616 off first, followed by the Riviera, number 3, and then the El Sortudo, number 56. As the teams race south along the Sea of Cortez, we come to one of the Desert Assassins' favorite locals to visit, Pancho's Place at San Rafael, which is always an epic stop. Next along the peninsula is halfway on day 3, and the traditional halfway for any Baja trip, San Ignacio. The second segment of the day starts right in front of the historic San Ignacio mission, founded in 1728.
We are San Ignacio. We're at the Norra 1000 right now. Cars are coming through. Cameron just passed through. She's leading the race. When they come through, everyone is super happy. You can see the kids and everyone.
Renee and the Monster Energy bulletproof diesel-sponsored 7216 leaves San Ignacio, and his truck still looks absolutely perfect, as does the buggy of the legend, Lightning Larry Ragland. Then David Howe takes off, as well as others, as the Norra heads south towards the Mag 7 pit at San Juanico, also known as Scorpion Bay, where Ryan Thomas is waiting for the number 72 to arrive. Along the Norra route, there are many speed-controlled highway sections where there's no racing. With the clock not running, teams have an allotted time to get to the next special start and can pit with no risk of being too slow. These non-timed sections lead to epic areas of Baja where the race vehicles get to open it up for the fans that come out to watch. The 7 points of San Juanico are certainly a Baja calling card, and today an off-road racing icon is set up here to help racers along the Norra.
The theme for this event has been 50 years, and here's another 50-year anniversary. This organization, Mag 7, has been offering pit service to racers for 50 years. There's racers that could not race down here if they didn't have the opportunity to be a part of a group like this. These guys come, camp out the day before, sometimes 2 days before. They have everything that's needed to fix a car. They can weld, they can cut, there's fuel, there's tires. A dedicated group of guys that come and sit out in the middle of nowhere to pit race cars. Mile marker 43
of this section.
All right. So we just got word that our car number 72, is broke, 60 miles behind us, needs a right rear trailing arm. And it just so happens we have one in our truck. We need to let all chase crews know that race 72 is broken at mile marker 43 on the second special stage. We're en route with the trailing arm, no welder, no generator.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long night. We still got 18 miles to find the car, and after dark, it's gonna be real tough finding the car.
The leaders have found their way to the Loreto finish line.
We've made it to the finish line here in Loreto, and of course this is a beautiful location along the Sea of Cortez, but we got to talk about some of the epic battles today. Of course, early on there was a lot of high-speed racing going on, 79-mile-an-hour average in the first segment, but the Riviera truck, the El Sortudo truck, and our Desert Assassins trucks are very close together when it comes to time here in Loreto.
Finally made it to Loreto. I think we were told we came in 19th, started the day out 33rd. We probably could have got a couple more positions. We stopped for gas. We thought we needed fuel. We didn't. So overall, we're really, really stoked.
The car worked awesome. We picked off a bunch of people as we went, nice and smooth. We were fast, but we were careful. We probably ran about 85%, and we got here. So car's all in good shape.
But as soon as the sun sets, the search for the number 72 continues.
I'm gonna have to drop off a hill to see you.
We're just over the rise out here. We're just over the rise.
All right, I'm not gonna miss you is my point. Got a fire going. This must be the little rise he was talking about. We had to get over 8:30 at night, and we are finding race car 72.
and we just rolled up on the 72. We gotta do some welding. We brought our ready welder out with the sweet team. Hopefully you guys won't be spending as much time out here as we are tonight. I think you'll get it fixed a lot faster. Make sure you head back to San Ignacio, because that's another 100 and something miles.
We got material pulled off the chassis, material pulled off the trailing arm, and probably the best old-fashioned fix anything, anywhere MacGyver guy, Rudy Townsley, is here. I think we can fix it. I think we'll get on the road.
Okay, I guess we're getting ready to go back in. Drive it up the road. Put it on the trailer. We'll be up all night long. I will.
We've already been up all night.
Morning in Loretto is always really sweet. Sun coming up over the Sea of Cortez, and just a beautiful day. And we're going to be starting first. We're still leading overall, but it's been a heck of a battle with a few of the vehicles out there. So rally racing is a little different than straight racing, so you got to use your thinking cap and be right on it. Right now we're headed down to the start line and going to check it out and get ready to go for this day.
Day 4 will have 2 specials or race segments, one going past the Mission San Javier and one out to the Sea of Cortez and into the Baja Sur capital city of La Paz.
We're sitting at the starting line at the Norra Mexican 1000. We're sitting 3rd overall at this point right now and 2nd in our class. Fortunately, the 2 guys in front of us, Cameron Steele is up front, Mark Post is in 2nd.
It's going to be a good race today. Everything's gone very smooth this year. Looks like Cam's up front, Riviera's chasing them. We got a real race going on here.
It's really 400 miles of real Baja now. It's not 20 here, 20 there, stop and pee. This is real Baja.
Mike Perlman and his Norra crew are consistently on point and make sure everything's perfect each morning to start the race. The DA's number 1616 is leading by 2.5 minutes and takes the green first along the Sea of Cortez, initially through a speed-controlled zone and then into the open race section of the Loretto Arroyo. For Cameron, he's racing towards his favorite location on the Baja Peninsula. At the end of the boulder-filled wash, the vehicles will merge onto the San Javier Road and eventually will race at a controlled speed past the San Javier Mission. The San Javier Mission was founded in 1699 and is the second mission location on the peninsula. It was the first place glass pane windows were used in the Americas after being shipped over from Spain. It's a glorious location and a magical race route on this year's Norra. As Special Stage 1 ends, the Desert Assassins are still leading and are able to pit the 1616 along the highway before taking off south. The crew has been on point and make it a quick stop for fuel and tires. Not long after, Cameron makes a mistake and blows through a corner on the way to La Paz. He and Mike are able to gather it up and continue with no damage. Not long after, they race past the Mission San Luis Gonzaga and will soon battle through what Cameron calls the Baja Grand Canyon. The racecourse gives way to pavement, or what the DA calls the Black Doom, as the race nears the beautiful city of La Paz. The Norra will finish the day right alongside the Bahia de La Paz, where the fans are able to gather and see the vehicles finish.
Well, we made it to La Paz, final part of stage number 4. All the fans are here waiting. Check it out. What's up, everybody?
Although the final stage of the day was within 2 minutes between the number 3 and the number 56, the number 3 leads the 56 in overall race elapsed time by 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
came in about 2 minutes behind him. I'm not sure how correct that is or not, but that's what the guy at the finish was saying. So we had a great day. Hopefully everybody just comes in safe and has some fun. Hopefully Cameron came in up front again, which I think he did. So it'll be good. Fun times. Applause.
With one more day of racing, the top 3 trucks are all within 20 minutes of each other. The final day is a short one to San Jose del Cabo and has 2 race segments where the number 3 needs to make up 9 minutes and 22 seconds on the 16-16 in order to win the race. Rene Brugger has his stock 6-cylinder engine sitting in 17th place overall with a great driving job so far as he takes off along the Bahia de La Paz. Some cat and mouse games ensue between the 3 and 16-16 as you can jump someone's start position in rally racing, but have to take a penalty to do so. 16-16 had the point position, but if the 3 took the clean air, they could try and make up the 9+ minutes on the 16-16 with no dust to battle through. After handing in the logbook to the official, the Riviera truck moves towards the start position, but the 16-16 is locked first to start by their time check-in with the official. The Monster Energy Method Race Wheel 16-16 leaves the pavement with the Javier's Terrible Herps number 3 in hot pursuit. The number 56 is third in line as they head to the East Cape area of Baja Sur. Bobby Picoy and Tom Jeeves have made their way back to 13th overall after their crash 3 days ago. The 72-16 is in 17th position, and the CHENOWTH Magnum car is also in the mix. Renee takes the Monster Energy Lucas Oil sponsored truck off the line, and Guy and Garrett Yoakum also take off to their final 2 stages in the number 57. As the 16-16 makes the turn south along the coast, you can see how much risk there is in going too fast as the cliffs disappear into the Sea of Cortez around each corner. The cars start in 1-minute intervals, so you can catch a glimpse of your competitors snaking along the magical coastline. The 16-16, 3, and 56 hold their positions in line as they move toward the finish. The high-speed and slippery roads nearing the finish line also have many intersections and junctions. A mistake by the 16-16 has given the stage lead to the Riviera Racing number 3 as the trucks streak towards the finish line. Can the number 3 make up the 9 minutes and 22 seconds they need to win the race?
The Norra Mexican 1000 on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Method. Lighter, stronger, faster. By CHENOWTH. By BF Goodrich. Are you driver enough? And by Sir Beach House.
After taking a wrong turn, the 16-16 is about 40 seconds behind the number 3 with less than 3 miles to go in this final stage. The 16-16 only needs to stay within 9 minutes to secure the overall Norra race win, but will surrender the final stage to the number 3. Winning the race is a goal, and giving up this segment is not a race changer. The number 3 enters San Jose del Cabo first for the segment win and will be second overall for the race. The 16-16 is the winner of the 2017 Norra Mexican 1000. Rene Brugger brings the 72-16 across in the top 20.
I'm just glad we're here. And this car ran perfect the whole 5 days, not one flat. A little dusty, but it was so fun. Just graded roads, just going back and forth, jumps, all kind of stuff.
Picoy and Chivas in the number 216 rebound from their crash with a top 10 overall finish.
My driver is a man. Dude, we were eating them up. Look where we're at now. 67-7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Starting today, I think we probably moved up to maybe top 30. Hopefully we had a pretty good run today, so I don't know, only time will tell.
With the most inspirational finish, Tyler Patton is pushed by his team and many others across the finish podium.
About what it feels like to win his first Baja 1000 rally.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you, Kurt. I just love being here with you, buddy.
This was fabulous. 7 or 8 entered, and all of them finished this event. Every single one of them. So what do I think? Yeah, that's what I think.
And it almost ends on a storybook ending for the boys from San Clemente. The Riviera truck had a great day. They actually passed us just coming in. We made a small navigational error, but we didn't need to beat them, so we were really taking it easy today. But in my perfect book, it would have been the San Clemente boys first and second overall. I think it's going to be first and third.
We're here at the finish of the Norra 50th anniversary. It is so special here, the excitement. It's just, I'm so excited. I don't mean to get tearful, but that's me.
With tears in our eyes, we bid you adieu from San Jose del Cabo. The Norra Mexican 1000, presented by Method Race Wheels and CHENOWTH, is in the books. I gotta say, I love this man. Rene Brugger has been prepping this truck with us and been a part of our team for many, many years. My dad started me in this 35 years ago. We're stoked you could be here. We're glad you came along for the ride. Right now, we're gonna call it good and we're gonna head over to the Sur Beach House because it's time for a cold soda and a little bit of putting our feet up and resting before we have to head home. Thanks, everybody. One!
Congratulations to all Norra finishers. The DA is on their way to the Sur Beach House in Cabo for a few days of rest and relaxation. When you have a chance, you too should check it out. For the entire Desert Assassins crew, I'm Ken Stout. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.